Hello everybody, and welcome back to another stream. Yeah, today's gonna be some more Final Fantasy because that's still what we're just mostly playing. And yeah, I think I mentioned it like Saturday. It was Saturday that I mentioned it. That I was basically just gonna do something like random-ish here today and also Thursday. I still don't fully know what I'm gonna do Thursday because I kind of want to save the patch 5.3, I think it was, for Friday and maybe also Saturday. I don't really know how long it's gonna take. But, yeah, that's the plan at least. These actually. There you go. What I'm thinking today is we just had a weekly reset here earlier today, technically, even though that was actually during the maintenance, I believe. Because we basically are in patch 6.18 now, since we got that update over the course of yesterday and today. So we now have actually data center travel, if I'm not mistaken. So I can in theory go to Chaos data center now. But yeah, the plan for today is, since we have done, or since the daily or weekly reset has happened, we can do the custom deliveries. So we'll do the ones for Elto and for Ashir. I already got all the items for them. Got the hand-picked culinary essentials and Lucian cuisine sets, all made at the max ability and whatnot. And apart from that, we are also going to be doing some things that have been mentioned in the title of the stream, at least. That being the Pixies. We can now finish up their stuff, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it's just a little, or this is the last like rep bar we get with them. But yeah, I basically was able to get it to max out today. Just need one quest, and then once we've done the Pixies and if basically just unlocked everything with them, I think if doing the blue quests are gonna unlock the dwarves, so we can get started on those, since I haven't done those in a while. Or I've done the two first quests in the two quest lines that then combine and then actually unlock the dwarves. But apart from that, I haven't done anything. So, yeah. Anyway, let's deliver these things first.
My next project shall be a dish that will have even the most discerning dragon gourmand slavering for more. Pray aid me in any way you can.
Okay, so a variety of culinary essentials is necessary to create a feast fit for dragons. There's also an assortment of materials that, cooked by the right culinarian, can make a feast even the most ancient of beings can enjoy. Then fatty herring. In the blind taste test, 3 out of 4 people cannot tell the difference between fatty herring steak and antelope steak. Okay.
Aha! With this, I am 1 ILM closer to completing my masterpiece, a dish fit for dragons. The others are sure to go wild over it, and I dare say it will take all I have to not take a bite or 3 for myself. Yes, yes. My mouth is watering just imagining what I might make with these ingredients. The other dragons may very well be compelled to travel all the way to Ishgard just to get one more bite.
For that stuff, it's just time to For the last, or the remaining ones of them. And I'm about to max out on scripts. Also, am I gonna have enough? It feels like I might not have enough, but I should maybe just put a check here. Oh, it is actually enough. Huh. Thought I didn't have enough items. Alright, let's see, I need to go and I need to spend some scripts on something. I don't know what, though. That one, it is script exchange. Guess I can maybe buy some of these. And is there anything else I might want? Like, I could technically buy some more gear. The thing is just that I already have everything that I need. So, no really need for that. Pretty sure I got all of the master recipes. Or not? Yep, I'm actually missing culinary one. Let's get that. Really also just clean up this thing a bit, because my Chocobo saddlebag is quite filled with just a bunch of things. Like, all of this here is just for the Heavensward relic weapon, even though I haven't started yet.
Fine work, as always, hero. With this, I have more than enough ingredients to begin my culinary masterpiece, a dish that is certain to have every dragon in the churning mists clamoring for more. Of course, you are more than welcome to lend a helping hand if you so wish. Thanks to you, LTOU is ready to share the product of her hard work with her dragon friends. I'd say they're in for quite the treat. I gathered a few ingredients of my own, and together with what you brought we've made sandwiches using Kaiser rolls. I've tasted them myself, and I've never had any better. Dragons might find this type of food a bit puzzling at first, but I'm sure the taste will be to their liking. LTOU, you had best get it to them while it's still fresh. Yes. Acknowledge. Of course. LTOU. Are you alright? Yes, quite alright, thank you. Anyway, I must be off at once. I would hate for the bread to stale and the meat to dry. Farewell.
Hey. What's wrong with her?
LTOU could not be happier with your efforts. She now considers you a cultivated crafter.
Seems like there's something wrong with her in a way.
Through your efforts, LTOU has gained a deeper understanding of mankind and fostered her love for crafting. It seems, however, that Hotelong has a different sort of favor to ask. A new quest continuing the story of LTOU's efforts to learn crafting is now available from LTOU. Upon its completion, the custom deliveries list for LTOU will be updated.
Okay.
You've been quite busy, haven't you? Your efforts are much appreciated. While my dragonkin have yet to show an interest in the art of crafting, I assure you my desire to learn remains as keen as ever. I suppose I should count myself fortunate that I have a friend such as you to help me along when the road to mastery seems interminable.
Okay, so this is just a cutscene for like, hey,
You have delivered the
all
weekly...
things. Yep, it was. Okay, an ode to unity? Let's do that one, I guess.
At last, my culinary masterwork is ready to be shared with my kin. Thanks to the guidance of my capable teachers, I believe I've cooked up something that will have even the most stubborn among them clamoring for more. Doubtless even now they are eagerly awaiting my arrival, their whispers of what I might bring filling the churning mists with expectation. I'd best leave at once, there are few things more unpleasant than a hungry dragon. Safe travels, LTOU. Acknowledge. So dizzy. Wings, aching. No, I must move forward. Before the food cools and with it, the esteem of my kin. LTOU. Is something the matter? Not at all. In fact, I'm positively effervescent. Now wait right here. I'll be back before you've even realized I've gone.
Yep, there's definitely something going on with her.
It shouldn't have taken this long. Come to think of it, LTOU was acting rather strangely before she departed. Perhaps we should ask Master Arvide for counsel. He seems to have a solution for every problem. Oh, I hope nothing untoward has happened. I'll stay here and keep watch for LTOU. I pray you and Master Arvide can get to the bottom of this. Custom deliveries cannot be made while this quest is in progress. They will become available again once the quest is completed.
Okay. And there he is.
Good evening. What brings you here? Now that you mention it, I haven't seen LTOU since she left with her delivery. You're certain she hasn't returned? I meant to give her this hammer I made as a little reward for her efforts. Considering how hard she's been working, I wouldn't be surprised if she's just gone for a leisurely stroll, or a fly, I suppose. A flit? Anyroad, she is a dragon, albeit a tiny one. Try as we might, we would be fools to think we understand even a fraction of what goes on in her head. I'm sure she'll return in her own time. Still, if you must go looking for her, take the hammer. I've no doubt her eagerness to learn how to use it would send her back here as fast as her little wings can carry her. She often goes on at length about her dragonette friends at this place called Zenith, somewhere in the churning mists. If that rings a bell to you, I reckon it might be a good place to start.
So let's see then. I think it's been a while since I've gone here to actually do a quest.
Oh, is that who I think it is? The very hero who triumphed over Nidhogg and brought peace between our kinds? From all the stories LTOU has told of you, I expected a bit more grandeur. I suppose appearances come second when you spend your days working with your claws. Or hands, were they? Nevertheless, I must thank you for taking the time to pass down such refined arts to my friend. We do so enjoy seeing what she brings. You're looking for her? She's visiting friends not far from here, gushing over that, what was it? Cooking of hers. Delectable stuff, that. To think there was more to food than scorching and chomping. Considering the distance you've traveled, I'm terribly sorry to say that she specifically requested not to let anyone from the surface see her until she was ready. She was quite insistent, in fact. Still, I'm sure she would be delighted to receive that deadly-looking trinket of yours. What did you call it? A hammer? It looks far too heavy for me to wield myself, but I should be able to carry it without dropping it. That is, unless I choose to drop it. Those muggles who've been pestering me are in need of some long overdue comeuppance. Ahem. Anyway, I shall let her know you've arrived, but let me warn you that it may be some time until she is willing to show herself.
Okay.
Now pass that hammer of yours over here. I pray it is not as unwieldy as it looks.
A hammer designed to fit the claws of any enterprising dragon or dragonette wishing to learn the fine art of crafting.
So this is one of those tools you wingless ones are so fond of? Are all of them as complex as this one? It shall be safe in my keeping, I assure you. I wouldn't have the slightest idea how to use it even if I wanted. Now wait here, and I shall return. When, however, I cannot say. Miss Majula, there you are.
Oh, you two have gone near. That's quite a travel.
Surprised to see us, I take it? Young Ho DeLong got it in his head to come searching for LTOU, and there wasn't a thing I could say to sway him. Try as I might to distract him with work, somehow he managed to book us a trip across the sea of clouds. It's a wonder we caught up to you, all things considered. Just how long have you been waiting here? Where is she, Miss Majula? Where's LTOU? What? Why wouldn't she want to see us? That doesn't make any sense. LTOU. Can you hear me? Where are you? Oh, shush. You'll wake something bigger than a dragonette with all that shouting.
Oh, you got big.
Huh. That scarf. That hat. Wait. LTOU, is that you? Ah, I knew you would recognize me. Still, an explanation may be in order. You see, a dragon's growth is dictated by forces both internal and external. Sometimes this growth can be quite dramatic, as you can plainly see.
Do you call? Welcome to the stream. We're currently just doing some of the custom delivery stuff to begin with. Also, my like TV that I'm using as a monitor, and like my little brother's old one, is just freaking the fuck out right now. I think like in the last minute, it's basically just gone completely black like 3 times. Yeah, it's kind of a mess, this screen, but it's the only one that I have that kind of works, apart from my second monitor, but that one is not very big, to be honest. I don't know why it's doing that. It's an old like TV. It's been has a few like I think it's like the I don't know part of it isn't like fully I don't know what to call it like closed up. It's kind of weird, but it works for the most part. But it just sometimes like it's we need to check the cables or it's just dying. I think it might just be like slightly dying. I'm not entirely sure because essentially what it does sometimes is just it gets like lines across where it's like flickering a few places, like just 1 pixel high lines just across a few times, and then just goes black, like at most I would say 3 to 5 seconds, and then it turns back on, and I don't really know what is going on. Could be the cables as well. I don't really know. But it seems to fix itself, and it usually doesn't happen that often. Actually, it only really happens when I play Final Fantasy, from what I've experienced. So, yeah. Not a huge problem, at least. Anyway, how's your day been?
Truth be told, I had been feeling out of sorts lately, but now I see that discomfort was merely the new me trying to break free. And now here she is, a dragon reborn. Oh, I'm so glad you're alright. More than alright, by the looks of things. This new tool is wonderful. It's as if Master Arvid knew I was on the brink of incredible change. Had I received this hammer but a day earlier, I would have held it clumsily in my tiny claws. Now, however, it feels like an extension of my very body. My mind is brimming with the possibilities of what I might craft next.
AC, always just looking in stuff. Okay.
Your growth is unlike aught I have seen before. Such a spectacular transformation has already made you the topic of much discussion among dragonkind, and I imagine not a small amount of jealousy.
Just came up from social stuff. How about me? I was at a I don't know really what to call it, like class, I guess. Yeah, let's just call it a class on how you can basically write a better job application, and I guess it's just called a CV. I don't really know what to call it. But yeah, basically just writing stuff better for like when applying to jobs. It's the job center that I'm associated with. Basically just suggests that, and they've basically been doing some classes now every Tuesday and Thursday for like weeks now. And yeah, this week is basically just coming to an end. So we're supposed to have some like one-on-one like interviews of sorts here on Thursday, where the I don't know teacher, I guess, gonna be looking at one of the applications that we basically show them, along with like our CV and like the actual job posting. Then they'll basically just like give some feedback on like what we should maybe change and so on. We've also like filled out some, I don't remember what's really called, like our top 3 sort of jobs that we want, and like a bunch of things regarding that, like what things we have going for it when it comes to that job, what things we don't have going for us when that stuff, what we can do to get better, have a higher chance, and so on. And we'll also be looking at that during that one-on-one interview sort of thing. Yeah. I would say that it's been okay so far. I feel like I've definitely learned some things but it's not like extreme changes, I guess, to how I basically write my applications. Although I think they're probably going to be at least better than what I've done so far, because I got my early applications were not very good. Essentially the ones I've been sitting for like the last 2 years or so haven't been that great. And that's partially due to the fact that I am absolutely fucking terrible when it comes to writing things. And especially when it comes to selling myself. I am not good at that.
See, what did I tell you to? There was no need for all that fretting and fussing. Still, if not for young Ho DeLong's concern, who knows if I would have ever set foot in the churning mists. I apologize for causing undue worry, but I pray you understand how embarrassing it would have been if anyone saw me before I was ready. And now you are the first to behold a dragon not warped by conflict and strife, but nourished by peace and fellowship. Well, not the first, surely. Only the first in quite some time. When man and dragon lived in harmony, maturation like mine may have been more common. I think there may be something to that, LTOU. If we ask around, we may just find a dragon who has stories of those halcyon days. At the very least, it would be a chance to make new friends among the clouds. And we can start with our present company. I'd be eager to hear of your life here. Me. Why, I would be delighted, although I have seen scarcely more summers than LTOU. She has regaled me with many tales of the wingless ones that build and tinker. Far from the primitive brutes I had believed they were, her stories told of an inventive and adventurous people. While I thought the stories fanciful, I now see that if anything, they weren't fanciful enough. Mayhap I too shall journey down below the clouds and live among mankind for a time, and try my claws at this crafting of yours. You would be more than welcome. Indeed. Is this not what we set out to accomplish from the onset? To bring man and dragon closer, one step at a time. I believe we are well on our way. I shall do my part by spreading the word far and wide. Surely, I'm not the only dragon interested in following LTOU's path. The more the merrier. I suppose we should return with haste and tell Lord Francel to expect a few more visitors to Ishgard. Even one so level-headed as he may be caught off guard by a sudden influx of dragons.
Okay, and back to Firmament. Okay, and okay, this little Mattock that is the closest. I don't know why it's saying like the other place, like that this is closer, because there's a much short distance between these two, but I guess because it's technically in this area, I guess.
Of course, Majula deserves her share of the credit as well.
Did I see they implemented cross data center travel? But it's suspended because of too much traffic. Yeah, I have seen something about that. Like I know about I basically read through the patch notes. I think yesterday. It was like in the weekend. So yeah, I know about the whole data center travel. There's also the new servers that have been released. And apparently a bunch of changes in PvP, as far as I understand. And apparently some minor bugs that have been fixed, but yeah, I did see like a post on Reddit about like data center travel is not working entirely that well right now, but it is also like the first day, so it's not surprising that there might be like some either bugs, errors, just too many people trying to use it because hey, it's a new thing. So yeah, not too surprised by that, to be honest.
Were it not for your tutelage, I would not have grown as I have, and in doing so finally compel my friends to come mingle with the men and women of Ishgard. Lord Francel was most understanding when we informed him of what we had planned. He gave his word to ensure that none of the less savory elements of the city would bring harm to its new visitors. Even now he is working to inform those with authority in Ishgard to welcome my brothers and sisters. Before long, the sight of wings in the sky will fill the hearts of men not with dread, but with elation. The industriousness of these two never fails to impress. We might do well to learn from them, et. I would also like to thank Haut de Long. Had he not come to the churning mists, the idea of befriending a human may have remained naught but an idle fancy for the other dragons. But thanks to his affable nature, the first spark of curiosity has been struck in their hearts. You are too kind, LTOU. I, for one, can't wait to see this place alive with the sounds of dragon and man conversing in good faith. And with one endeavor having reached a satisfactory conclusion, I believe it may be time to begin another. My time spent with LTOU has provided me with more than enough notes to begin my chronicles, but I must first compile and arrange them. Then you'd best begin sooner rather than later, lad. Once you're finished, bring it to the manufactory and I'll see about producing some illustrations to give your book a little flair. Now isn't that a marvelous idea? You can fill the book with pictures so that even dragons who cannot read your letters can understand. Oh, what harmonious songs such a work could inspire. Songs, perhaps, that can be sung in unison. In fact, I believe I may have my title, An Ode to Unity. Man and dragon shall come to a deeper understanding, and I hope, appreciation, of the other by reading it. Not bad, lad. Not bad at all. Well then, it sounds to me that we've quite a lot of work ahead of us. I'd best get started. Shauna, might I trouble you to assist Master Haut de Long in the completion of his chronicle? I can think of nary a more ambitious work. This book may prove to be the very foundation for long-lasting peace. For my part, I shall continue making deliveries to the churning mists, that my brothers and sisters there might be enticed to join their brethren here. Future requests will be selected at random from all those you have seen thus far, with the list refreshed once a week, Earth time. You may review the items currently in demand. Note that printing essentials, printing materials, and inks hells will earn you particularly handsome rewards. Whenever a new quest is available from Haut de Long in the new nest.
Oh. Quest. Okay,
Have you seen? The firmament is positively brimming with dragons. Oh, there is much and more I must teach them. I can't expect every one of them to adjust as well as I have.
Yeah, there's actually dragon that's around here now. Ooh. On LTO's wings. Get a mystery gift.
Miss Majula, there you are. LTOU and I have been thinking of how we can repay you for all your help. After much deliberation, we decided to ask Master Arvid to help us craft a bespoke item, just for you. I hope he hasn't spoiled the surprise. When last we spoke, he said that the project was nearing completion. Perhaps he is finished by now? Oh, I do hope you like it.
Okay. Down salt to Arbit.
Ah, welcome. I take it you've spoken to Hotelong, then. Well, here you go. LTOU was most insistent I designed this horn just so. Blow on it and the little dragon will fly to your side wheresoever you may be. Although I suppose I can't call her little anymore, 'tis only natural that as she grows, her desire to see more of the world would grow as well. That's why she wanted you to have this. Show her every corner of the civilized world, and introduce her to people of all sort. She'll need a wide breadth of knowledge if she means to paint her kin the full picture of our kind. When I first agreed to help LTOU, I had no inkling I might be contributing to something much larger than myself. Whatever comes of her efforts in the end, I must say I'm honored to have played my small part in it. Thanks for giving me this opportunity, friend.
Yeah, we get the LCO. So which is a mount. I think this might actually be the only one of the what is that called again? Custom deliveries that actually gives a major sort of reward, like a mount or something like that. Okay, let's see. To go next, I guess we will be going to Yulmore, so we can do the cashier. Custom deliveries. And then we'll probably go and do the Pixies next. Alright, and he is over in the Beehive.
How are the cooking supplies coming along? The ingredients used in our new recipes are fairly cheap, but if we don't go the extra mile with the utensils and all that, it'll end up being the same as what they serve down in Gatetown. Bloody hells, I'm amazed. You've really taken it to another level with this.
Pretty sure I'm gonna hit 85. Is it working? Nope.
Now that Enfrig's got everything he asked for, we'll have a new, and more importantly, affordable menu ready in no time.
Okay, let's see how that goes.
Well, it didn't take long for the new dishes to cause a stir among the customers. Enfrig weren't kidding about his skills in the kitchen. We're seeing more customers from Right and Stilltide, and they're not only coming for the free drink. Our new food offerings are proving popular in their own right.
It's a step in the right direction, and we might even have gained a few regulars, but we'll need more than that to turn things around.
Don't worry, Zia, I'm already malms ahead of you. I made my way over to Tamra, where I handed out flyers and drink vouchers.
Tamra? You must have crossed some dangerous territory to get there. I have to say I'm a little impressed.
It was worth the journey, as we've seen a number of dwarven customers since then. Sadly, most of them have only made the one visit. They're not shy when it comes to ordering food and drink, so the problem must lie elsewhere.
In that case, why don't we try asking those two over there?
problem be, I wonder?
Good day to you, gentlemen. Sorry to interrupt, but do you mind if we ask you a few questions?
Lollyho.
ERM. Lollyho?
Now then, you said you had some questions. You gave us free drinks, and the least we can do is hear you out, so ask away. Well, I've noticed that the visitors from Tomra rarely come here more than once. Why do you think that could be? It's no fault of the booze or the grub, I can tell you that much. Very tasty indeed, and a lot more fairly priced than you might expect in Yulmari. I'm glad the food and drink are to your liking. So, what's the problem? I hate to say it, lad, but this place is a bit on the dull side. The dancing is all well and good, but we dwarves can't enjoy our grog without an old-fashioned sing-song. We've got songs for ale, songs for mead, songs for wine, something for every occasion. Well, every occasion that involves drinking, which is, all of them. But as soon as we try any of that in here, everyone looks at us like we just pissed all over the bar. At least if we had some proper singing instead of this plinky-plinky rubbish, we could swig away to our heart's content.
I didn't know dwarves were so musically inclined.
I think that's all for now, gents. You've been very helpful.
Okay.
Kaishar is delighted with your efforts. He now considers you a promoter of the beehive. And yet there is still much work to be done if the beehive is to continue contributing to Yulmari's economy. To that end, Kaishar has a new favor to ask of you. If we want the dwarves to become regulars here, we need to make them feel at home, without making the other customers feel like they aren't.
I think it's time we offered a wider range of music, and I have just the thing in mind for those boisterous little buggers.
You're not going to sing, are you? No offense, Zia, but I doubt that your brand of high-pitched caterwauling will go down too well.
Oi. Watch it, you cheeky sod. I know full well where my talents lie, thank you very much. What I'm saying is that we find a singer to perform something simple enough for the dwarves to nod their heads to. With the Queen Bee's permission, of course. We'll also need a proper costume. There are plenty for the dancers, but the vocalist should have something to make them stand out from the rest of us.
Sounds like a plan. But since you're basically tone deaf, you'd better leave finding a singer to me.
Oh my god.
I don't know what to do about the costume, though. Unless we put Shauna in charge of that. Can we count on you? Great. Let's all get to work, then. The custom deliveries list for
Okay, it's been updated and in the hey, you delivered everything for the week.
I knew I was right to ask you for help.
We've actually seen this one yet.
You've really got an eye for quality and the skill to match. Still, I expect we'll both be kept busy in the days to come. You have delivered the weekly max.
I don't think we've seen that cutscene before, actually. Okay. Well. Time to... Nope, actually, that's the wrong thing. I was want to summon. Let's teleport back to Grutania and over to Ilmeg. Do the Pixie Blue quest. 2, I believe. Pretty sure, at least, unless I've completely misunderstood what's written on the wikis, this should be the last quest. As the heart bits.
Shauna, I feel so sleepy. Is this the effect of Enlad's spell? Given that they tried to plant a nightmare in you, it's little wonder you should feel drowsy. If the urge is so strong, why don't you just sleep? Not on your life. If I have a nightmare, you'll come and suck on me. If you are not tormented by an unfulfilled need, you shouldn't be plagued by nightmares. But in the event that you were, yes, I would suck on you. I'm never going to sleep again. Never, ever. If you say so. Now then, may I suggest we inspect Lihimeg for anomalies. And while we're there, perhaps we can look in on the little girl in Slitherbow.
Okay.
Want to
see what's happening in here then. Issues out on that small island? Plateau? I don't really know what's called this. Yes, outcropping? Could maybe also be the word for it.
I had a feeling that we would meet again ere long.
I take it you've not had nightmares since. All is well with you, little one?
Yes, thank you. Now that the fear of failure no longer consumes me, a pall has lifted from my heart. I feel happier than I have in a long time.
That's wonderful to hear. Now tell me, did you meet Enlad, the pale pixie, in your dreams?
Only briefly. But that was enough for me to see their torment. Theirs is a lonely soul, one which draws powerful emotions to it. And though I only caught fragments, in the deepest depths of their heart, I glimpsed this realm. And I glimpsed you, Tyrbeck.
What? Me?
Feeling sorry for Enlad, I befriended them. But I ended up being caught in that nightmare. Oh. I'm sorry, but I must go. My mother is calling.
Okay.
Enlad might have spurned me, but I won't give up. I want to become their friend, I truly do. I feel their loneliness so very keenly. And I think it's because of all the mortal hearts I've glimpsed, together with you and Ezel. I don't know why, but when I think about Enlad, my chest tightens up. Am I being strange? And if I were, would you still stand by me? Or would you run for the hills?
Centric or no, we're with you. We wouldn't dream of abandoning you. Let's go with that one because it kind of has a slight pun in it, I guess.
Here. We've come this far together. We're with you to the end. Thank you, Shauna. Ezel. With that settled, let's discuss our next course of action. Now, you said that the fifth gate didn't exist prior to the nightmares. Yes, we fashioned only 4. Someone else must have created the fifth, someone as skilled in manipulating dreams as me. This is problematic indeed. Up till now, we lifted the seals by vanquishing the nightmares in the regions beyond the gates. This time, however, we do not know where the gate leads. Hold on, now. If Enlad was in Lihimeg, does that mean? The likelihood is passing high, the place is Ilmeg. And the fact that the gate is sealed means an individual already exists who is the source of the nightmares. Someone here in the Fairy Kingdom, who is constantly plagued by terrible dreams. I can't imagine anyone more likely than Enlad themselves. So we help Enlad, like we help the children. Free them from the nightmare that's... Can't fight it, any, more. It was only a question of when. Let's leave Tyrbeck to rest for now and do what we can in the meantime.
To be honest, Tyrbeck looks kinda cute when they're just lying there on the ground.
So, if we are to help in Lad, it is essential that we understand them. To that end, I suggest that we learn all that we can of the previous Titania by speaking with the Feyfolk. Let's split up for this task and reconvene here afterwards.
Okay. So it's just gonna teleport out since that's gonna be a lot faster. So I really want to check out that mount we got. Okay, so she also has her little backpack, the hat, everything. Doesn't have any special abilities. There's still a pretty nice mount, to be honest.
The old Titania? Of course, how could we forget? They protected us from Sin Eaters, and we're forever grateful. I even remember them before they became king. They weren't so different from the rest of us. They liked making mischief, drinking milk, rollicking in dreams, all the usual pixie pleasures. It must have been hard for them, alone inside that castle. But enough about that. Play with me, play with me. It isn't fair that Tyrbeck gets to spend all that time with you.
Okay, I'm thinking teleport up here, do that part, and then just fly over to Wolligdorf. Or whatever that place is called. Or I guess Wolligdorf is the name of it. It's you.
You wish to know about our previous monarch? As I recall, before their ascension, they were exceptional at wielding the power of nature. Oh, and they were seldom seen without their bosom friend, a pixie of pink. The tragic manner of their downfall is a source of immeasurable pain for us. Never will we forget their sacrifice. Payment for the information? No, that will not be necessary. If anything, we are the ones who owe you thanks for setting our monarch free.
Okay. Then it's just over to Wolligdorf and speak with someone. Could be that we need to talk to. Seto. Lala Ju, I guess, or Yala. I don't really know which
Curious
one it is.
about the previous Titania, you say? Of course, I should be glad to tell you what I know. When they became a Sin Eater, it was with great sorrow that we resolved to seal them away inside Lihigia. Tyrbeck opposed the decision to the last. I cannot claim to know the heart of a pixie, but if I were Titania, I would have liked nothing more than to be praised. To be remembered. Now then, if I may ask, are you not being subjected to mischief? For your own good, I advise against getting too intimate with the pixies.
Okay. And back down there, and I guess back inside the dream realm. Oh, oops. So it's actually outside. Nice.
There you are, Shauna. What were you able to learn about Titania? You went around prying while I slept? Humph, and people complain that pixies have no propriety. Tierbeck. You're awake. But, to know that everyone still remembers my friend, still remembers their sacrifice. It makes me happier than I can say. 'Tis plain that the two of you were the closest of friends. All the Fey folk with whom I spoke attested to that. With my obsession for dreams, I was considered strange even among pixie kind. No one wanted anything to do with me, but they accepted me as I was. Without them, I would have been all alone, like an lad. I see now. And lad, they're the pixie I used to be. Like me, all they need is for someone to accept them as they are. I see. Self-actualization, I believe my master called this need, and I dare say it will provide us with a clue to unsealing the final gate. It doesn't matter whose soul and lad was born from. Doesn't matter whose ether they inherited. They're a pixie like the rest of us. As a fellow pixie, I can't let them suffer anymore. I can't let them stay in that dark, lonely place. What's more, I can't help but feel that my friend was the one who guided them to me. They loved everyone, they did. No one should be alone, I can almost hear them say. They reached their hand out to me once upon a time. Now it's my turn to reach mine out to an lad. Come, let's go to Lihimeg and find an lad. If we have to, we'll pound on the gate until they come out.
Okay.
Tierbeck, thank heavens you're here. There's trouble in Lihimeg. Terrible trouble.
Oh.
What is it? I can't say for certain, but there's a power welling up within. A terrible power. What? Could it be in lad? I'm going inside. If it's in lad, I'm the only one who can stop them. Now, wait just a, confound it. I'm going with you. If you go too, there's no guarantee you'll come out alive, but please go anyway. Go and help Tierbeck.
Solo duty, did not expect that actually. Huh. Also, I guess we're synced down to level 70 for some reason.
No. My precious Lihimeg. And lad's power is running rampant. By questioning their own existence, they are causing their essence to unravel, Lihimeg along with it. If this realm collapses, there's no telling how the minds of those whose dreams are connected to it will be affected. Yet one thing is all but certain, and lad themselves will disappear. No. They're my friend. I can't let that happen. Please. Please help me help an lad. When I was thirsty, no one gave me anything to drink. When I wanted to play, they drove me away. I just wanted a friend. Wanted someone to tell me that I did well. But everyone treats me like a plague. I shouldn't have been born.
I'm guessing we're going to be fighting against nightmares or something like that. Maybe. If there's any sort of combat at least.
To think that all of this came from an lad's heart. Come on, we have to hurry and find them.
Okay. Found a dream.
This mist. It's a nightmare that plagued one of the children. We'll take care of it just like always. Ezel, do your thing. Very well. Shauna, at your command, I will suck it up and spit it out yonder for smiting. Right, time for my magic. Get ready, Shauna. This gloomy aura. Over there. It's in lad. I can't control my power. Wait just a. Stay away from me.
So we
Stay
just
away.
need to...
And lad. Let's keep
More
giving chase while we
nightmares.
tend to the nightmares.
So it looks like we just follow along slowly.
Another nightmare. Shauna, I await your command. I still sense a nightmare nearby. Let's hurry and find it. I'll make short work of this.
There it is.
Now, where did lad disappear to? Get out. Get out of my head. lad, wait.
There's
We want to help you.
Nightmare up there.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I'm gonna assume that once we're done here, we'll end up maybe over by a landscape.
This burning sensation. It's the nightmare from Raktika. Careful, Shauna. This fiend is stronger than the ones before. Ah, there's lad. Come on. Lad is fading fast. We don't have much time.
There's another nightmare.
Another nightmare. Let's be quick about it.
Once this one is done, there's only one more nightmare to deal with. Almost dead.
Can't be many nightmares left, now. Ah. Up the slope. Help me. Somebody. Hold on, lad. We're coming for you.
Okay.
I can't take it anymore. I just want to disappear. Oh, no you don't. Don't you dare disappear on me. like 1,000 knives, slicing and stabbing. Brace yourselves. This is the mother of all, Blayarg. Good work, Ezel. Shauna, get ready.
I'm ready. We did a cutscene for this one.
And lad, it's all right. We're fighting with you. It's no use. I'm no use. Yes, yes, embrace your self-doubt. Your fear, your hatred. The wretched world has given you naught but torment. You will reward them in kind. Give them their deepest, darkest nightmares.
Okay, it's probably gonna work more like a boss, I'm guessing.
Hee. A plague. You are a plague. I'm a plague. My existence brings only torment. Better that I fade away. Not good. We must vanquish the nightmare before it's too late. Yes. Let your torment consume you. Let it spread all around you. Those things. They're manifestations of torment. They feed into and lad. If we don't stop them, the nightmare will grow stronger. Please. I don't want to use this power anymore. Let us form a protective circle. Meddlesome wretches. Begone with you. Oh, what now? Watch out, you two. You are alone. No one cares for you. No one will save you. It's going after and lad. We must stand with them. I have no place in the world. And lad, stay strong. We're here for you. Huzzah! We did it. It's over.
Nice.
You're free now, and lad.
And let's do the complete.
The nightmare is fading. We did it. Silly pixie. Don't lose control like that ever again. That nightmare of yours was no joke. My nightmare. Yes, yours. And it caused a great deal of trouble. I'm sorry. All well and good to apologize, but don't you think you have something else to say to Shauna? She's the one who vanquished your nightmare. I was dreaming. Dreaming that I was imprisoned alone inside a great castle. I was so lonely and scared. It was so terribly silent, I felt as though I was losing myself. But you came, Shauna. You came and freed me. Thank you.
It was harder the first time. You did well. It's harder the first time.
So, lad. Now that your nightmare is gone, we can make lots and lots of fun dreams together. But I don't know how to make fun dreams. I'm afraid I'll only make more nightmares. Look, it's true that you're a little different from the rest of us. It's true you have a few things to learn. But there's no need to rush. Just do what you think feels right, and all will be well. Even if you do end up creating a nightmare, there's no need to fret. Ezel here will make short work of it. Just so. I only ask that you don't keep the dreamer for yourself. And if that happens, we'll just fix up the nightmare, add a pinch of pixie magic to make it fun again. Did you know, lad? Like a rainbow that appears after the storm, no dream is more beautiful than the one you see after conquering a nightmare. So I want you to fly tall. Because you're one of us, a proud pixie of Ilmeg. That's right. Rain, hail, or shine, the kingdom of rainbows is your home. Here, you can always be yourself.
And that's dispelled.
I can be myself.
Get some more bubbles, or just one.
Ah, my heart swells with song. I can't help but want to dance. Yes. Yes, that's the way. Do as your heart bids you, and dance. Dance with me.
What Land created? Wait, is Jesus? That's a big ass tree and a lot of plants. This looks so much better now. Holy shit.
Good heavens. It's beautiful. Haha. See, lad. I knew you had it in you. This is what it means to have fun. I never imagined it would feel so amazing. Come, Shauna. Come and play with us.
Okay, I guess time to play with the pixies.
By freeing Inlad from their nightmares, you and yours have reclaimed all the dreams in Norvrend. Forever young and carefree, the pixies shall rollick with their guests in Lihi Meg this night and all the nights to come.
Okay.
Ah, such fun. This is all new to me, but it somehow feels nostalgic. As if I've found a missing part of myself.
Is this thing that... Ah, that thing. For some reason someone in the FC posted that thing.
In Lad's marvelous creations, I can fairly sense Titania's hand. And though it was for but a moment, I thought I saw not two, but three pixies dancing. Do you see all of this, Shauna? This is our precious Lihi Meg, and if it weren't for you, it wouldn't still be here. And neither would this hopelessly silly pixie. Am I silly? Oh, yes. You're the silliest, and dearest of all. I must say, when they behave thus, pixies can be quite adorable. From here on, Shauna, I'll continue watching over Lihi Meg with my friends. We'll revel and rollick and make sure that the garden is always filled with fun. And different though our kinds may be, I count you among the very best of friends. So please, come and visit us often and play with us. Why don't we turn her into a leafman? That way she can stay with us forever.
Maybe don't do that, because I am the sapling of the current king.
And lad, if there's one thing you must never do, it's lay a hand on Shauna. Alright, if you say so. Right, I should assure everyone outside that all is well again. Let's return to Lidhalran for now. Tyrbeck and the others are happy, and that makes me happy.
I'd say it looks a lot nice in here. Also, that tree. Holy fuck, that is a big ass tree. But I kinda still wish you could mount up in here, because that is kind of annoying that you can't. Oh well.
Aw. I've told the other pixies about everything. They understand now that Lad isn't a danger, and welcome them as one of us. It's simple like that with our kind. And though we've restored Lihi Meg to its full splendor, it doesn't mean our work is done. We need to ensure that the realm is always beautiful and filled with fun, and for this we need to keep on collecting dream bubbles. I hope that you'll continue to lend the dream spinners a helping hand, Shauna, for the fun and happiness of pixies and mortals alike. You have achieved sworn reputation with the Dream Spinners. You will receive an experience point bonus upon completion of the Pixie Beast Tribe daily quests. You now have access to a wider selection of wares from Julul.
And we get an achievement, which I believe is the Dream Spinner or Sweet Dreamer title. Okay, and we can also now buy the Portly Porksy Horn. And I think that's basically the only really important things. So that gives us Porksy Mount. Nice. It has basically that siphon snout. Let's see. Nice. Okay, I'm a little curious actually. Is there anything else regarding like things you can buy from them? There is supposed to be something from when you become We are actually not fully done with them, I guess. I thought we were. Hmm. Well, apparently there is something at a... There's like 2 more items we can get from the pixies. One is the housing item, an Ilmac flower lamp, and then there's the garden skates. Orchestra roll. But they are not as important. I'll still be working on this, but I thought we would have unlocked everything at Sworn, but I guess not. How much time is it gonna take actually to do all of these? Let's see, that is 1,730. By that by 60, that is 28.8 days. Or quests, I guess, so that divided by 3, that is essentially 10 days of dailies, if I'm not mistaken. That's gonna be a while before we finish on that fully. Or at least we got the main things that I wanted. So let's see here. Next up, I guess we are gonna be unlocking the dwarves, since we still haven't unlocked them at all. Just quickly pull up their info. You can figure out what the quest it is that I need to do in order to... Oh yeah, actually I already know that. I know it's just that one, tells interrupted, and I'm actually not sure. Is it what about Kamra or someone else? Nope, it's almost a friend that I need to do. So we have 7 quests to do, and then we'll basically unlock the dwarves as a tribe. So let's just do these down here first. See, hold on, which... Okay, yeah, we'll do these down here first, and then we'll do the ones up at the dwarves. Because it's up near the dwarves that we get started on the actual quest that unlocks this tribe. So Talos interrupted.
I am grateful to have you with me, Shauna. Thank you again. Psylocke, sir, I believe you had more tasks for me?
Still here, are you? Yes, tasks. There's a Talos of mine that's taking far too long to make its return. Probably busy tussling with some dimwit predator. Go and see how it fares, and chase off anything slowing it down.
But, you mean that Talos? Pray follow my lead, Shauna. We'll find the Talos in question to the southwest of here. And I've no doubt there'll be dim-witted predators aplenty for you to deal with.
Okay. Guess we'll go and see what that is. Derelict house. Squirrel, what?
Phew, I'm glad you were here. They must have burrowed in beneath the plates. I know Psylocke implied the Talos was still moving, but as you can see, once upon a time there'd be a line of these contraptions hauling materials down to the shipyard, step by ponderous step. Which incidentally, is how the slow road supposedly earned its name. But after Deadless Stoneworks closed down some 15 summers ago, there was no one left to make or maintain their creations. One by one, the Talos slowly fell into disrepair. This particular worker was damaged during that Stray Eater rampage, and it hasn't shifted an ILM ever since. It was always Psylocke's favorite. Come, let us make our report.
Okay, was a short quest.
Psylocke, sir, Shauna has cleared away the pests who were bothering your Talos. It should be left alone for the time being.
Ah, excellent news. But I expect he'll need a good polishing when he returns. The most troublesome ones are often the most endearing,
Oh, sir.
You've done me a fine service, thank you.
Indeed, thank you, Shauna. I never could have fought such creatures myself. If I might impose upon you for the next task as well?
Sure.
Thank you again for staying. I honestly could not do this without you. Psylocke, sir, were there any more tasks you had for us?
Just one last thing. I want you to gather some pretty flowers from the split hull as a gift for my darling wife. She went out for her usual walk, but has not yet deigned to come home. I fear I may have said something to sour her mood.
I understand. We shall gather a lovely bouquet for her then. Well, Shauna, will you accompany me to the Cape for some flower picking?
Sure. I'm guessing his wife might be dead or something. Is that what the problem is, perhaps? Because I'm assuming that there's most likely some problem with regards to his wife, since there's been problems with everything else regarding regarding him.
This is almost pleasant, isn't it? Aside from the aggressive wildlife, of course. I should tell you about Psylocke's wife. She was killed in the Eater incident, although I imagine you already suspected as much.
I had a feeling.
They made such a sweet couple. Every day they would walk up this cape, hand in hand, and she would gaze out over the flowers with this warm, contented smile. Psylocke himself has some training as a warrior. He would guard her as if she were a princess, and he her gallant knight. I'm sorry, it's just...
Wounds of the heart are slow to mend. Is Psylocke fit to serve as mayor? Let's go with that one because he seems not.
There are none who care for right and its people more than he. The villagers and I are certain that Psylocke will rise to the occasion. He just needs a little more time. It has been but a year, and we are all still suffering. Some seek to bury the misery beneath cheery faces, and others are yet trapped in the memories of the past. Psylocke, I fear, is one of the latter. But if a bouquet of flowers is what it takes to help him work through his sadness, then I would pick every bloom from this cape. Will you give me a hand to find some of the prettier flowers? Pray think of it as a tribute to the deceased.
Sure. Beautiful blooms for the bouquet. There she is, as well.
Choose the ones with the brightest petals, those are the kind she loved best, I think.
Okay.
Let's see what we have.
Vibrantly colored flower picked from the split hole.
Yes, these are beautiful, thank you. Psylocke will be pleased. Let's take them back to Stonegazer before they get crushed in some scuffle.
Okay. I just saw someone in the FC chat talk about something you can do while cooking. Is basically take a cookbook, just flip to a random page, and you just cook whatever's on that page. Like, no matter what it is. It could be some, like, apparently just page with just sauce, for example. So yeah, it's kind of weird stuff, I guess. Like a weird idea. I guess it's also a bit adventurous, as they say, but like the same person basically said that gotta be adventurous sometimes. I just feel like if you end up flipping to a page where it's just like straight up sauce, maybe not the best thing unless you decide then, okay, need to make a meal around that specific thing that you find. But yeah.
We made it, and the flowers are none the worse for wear. Psylocke. Shauna and I have returned with the bouquet for your wife.
Ah, splendid, thank you. Now perhaps she will come. She will come back too.
Sir.
Euelis, forgive me. I have asked such cruel things of you. And I must apologize to you as well, Shauna. My beloved wife, my dear neighbors, so many gone. After it happened, despair became my only company. I could not even save my closest friend when his torment was plain for all to see. I could never forgive myself. So I embraced this delusion, thinking that maybe if I tried hard enough, if I truly believed they were still alive, that the events of that day would fade away like the nightmare it was. But I succeeded only in hurting those around me.
I understand why you did what you did, sir, truly I do.
You always were such a sweet child. I will place the flowers you brought on her grave, she would have loved them. As for me assuming the role of mayor, I am sorry, but I cannot give you a decision just yet.
Take as long as you need. In fact, I might need a little time to recover myself. Shauna, if you could give me a moment or two?
Sure. Okay, right for the job. And we basically just get either some food or money.
Thank you for your patience, Shauna. Psylocke still appears to be wrestling with his thoughts, but perhaps we can help him come to a decision. Sir, I don't mean to press you, but might you have arrived at an answer to my proposal?
Ah, not exactly, no. There is another matter I have yet to reconcile.
Would you mind sharing this matter with us?
Well, it goes back to the day that the Eater attacked the village. I was taking my turn as lookout here at Stonegazer.
It's a duty we take very seriously. They say when the tower was originally built, in the time before the flood, they were worried about dwarves and mountain bandits, but these days...
Yes, there is far worse prowling around. And I failed to spot it? The Sin Eater which came that day did not appear as the other monstrosities I have seen. From a distance, it simply looked like a person. I wanted to be sure before I rang the warning bell, but I waited too long. Many who could have fled died because of my hesitation. How could a man of such faulty judgment ever serve you as mayor? What comfort can I offer those whose loved ones were needlessly slain? None. Not whilst the abomination itself yet roams free to kill again. You and grandson killed it? You slew the XIV?
Hold on. Is that a requirement for this quest? Nope, I guess it's just a dialogue thing that happens. You do that? That's basically relating to the tank role quest.
Then vengeance has been done. I thank you. Right, thanks you.
I can scarce believe it. You've avenged the souls of our people, of my father, and here I've been dragging you across the countryside like a common guardsman. Well, sir, you've heard Shauna's words. Talk of vengeance aside, I do not believe the villagers, either living or dead, hold you responsible for the actions of that monster. And yet I cannot fault you for wanting to remain distant. Pray forgive me for pestering you so.
Nay, 'tis I who should beg forgiveness. Though you've lost as much as anyone, I left you to shoulder the burden of leadership alone.
All will be well with you back among us again. Come, let us return to the village. As I've said, it's unsafe to linger out here for long. Shauna. One last escort back to right, if you would.
Looks like I don't need to do a proper escort.
My thanks for your protection, Shauna, not to mention your unfailing patience. It is my hope that now Psylocke has unburdened his mind to us, his heart will be that tiniest bit lighter. I, for one, feel ready to face another day. After all, I have my friends and neighbors here to help me face it. Ah, there was one last thing I wanted to show both you and Psylocke. It has to do with Wright's traditional industry, if you were interested in taking a look. Oh,
Sure.
good. I was worried you'd had enough of me. My last errand for you, then, will be to have a word with Psylocke, and bring him to the barley fields at the front of the village. I'll be there tending to the crops until you arrive.
Ah, it's right over there.
Ah, Shauna. I am grateful for your understanding, and the flowers you brought. My wife would have very much approved of the selection. Now, was there something you wished to discuss with me? Annuelis wants me there as well, does she? We had best head over to the fields, then. How long
Just
has it been
sitting
since
around.
I've set foot in these fields?
Okay, what do you have to show us? Or tell us, or whatever it is.
This is what I wanted to show you. This barley crop right here.
This was your father's plot, wasn't it? And you've been tending to it in his absence.
Every single day. I wanted to see his plans come true.
His plans?
Yes, he dreamed of restoring things to how the history books said they once were, before the flood ruined everything. Our village has long been known as a place of artisans. Even the name, Wright, is a nod to all the craftsmen that once made their home here. In years gone by, it's said a line of talos would stretch down the road, arms bearing lumber, and the shipyard would echo with the calls of shipwrights hard at work. And when the day was done, they would gather here to share an ale in the village. My father, he'd hoped to brew that traditional Wright ale with the barley from this crop, to one day tap a barrel with his family and dear friends, and raise a toast, to the future. Sigh, look, Shauna. Will you raise a mug with me when that day comes?
Of course I will. Ah, but my dear girl, the land here does not nourish the crops as it once did. I fear it will be some time ere you'll have barley fit for the ale you have in mind. In the meantime, will you help me with the rest of Cliftal's plans?
The rest?
He wanted things the way they once were, did he not? Then we must first recover from the tragedy which was visited upon us. There is no simple solution, but I mean to do what I can to lead our community out of this mire of pain and grief. Assuming you are still willing to have me as mayor?
Yes. Of course, sir, thank you.
I was set to live out the rest of my life in denial, but you and Euelis have opened the eyes of this old fool to what needs to be done. And for that, you have my thanks. Now, I had best get to work. I have folk to talk to and plans to make. When you're finished here, Euelis, I should appreciate your assistance.
Okay. Finish the quest.
Well, Shauna, I think this is where we finally part ways. Thank you again for all you have done for us. The people of Right will go on, even under the weight of our sorrow. It might not happen this day or the next, but together we'll find ways to make things better, to recapture the prosperity this village once had. I look forward to when you next visit. With any luck, I'll be waiting to put a frothing mug of Right brewed ale in your hand.
Just grab the money. And she'll walk away, right? Yep. Okay, then it is up to Tamra. Which quest was it again? Almost a friend. And essentially just the rest of the quest that we get from that character, which is... what's their name again? Ronit. It's just Ronit that gets the remaining, is that like 4 quests? Yep, 4 quests. Almost a friend.
You're staying around, then. Not that I care. But since you're here, I might as well show you one of my favorite automata. I present to you the invincible, the unstoppable, Megasonic Frog Boy.
Yes, Sonic Frog Boy.
He might not look much different to the other models, but I've upgraded him with some new features I invented. Behold. L.A. Lollyho. L.A. Lollyho. Ugh, you only need one law. Ugh, you only need one law.
He repeats him. Yes.
Well, pretty amazing, huh? Hey. What's that look for? Oh, I see. You're thinking, he can greet some overgrown toy just fine, but he's too scared to talk to actual people. You just don't understand me. You just don't understand me. I've got bigger things to worry about than minding my manners. You help me out with my stuff, though, and maybe I'll forgive you for underestimating me. Just this one time, though. So, I need you to take this coal to Zamut. She's one of the village elders, and her automaton is due for some fuel.
Okay. And they are right on the other side of this wall, basically.
Lolly-ho, you must be the visitor Zaymot was talking about. What can this old lady do for you?
Got some coal.
Oh ho. On a little errand for Ronit, are you? That's nice. I can't get around like I used to, what with this bent back of mine. Would you mind feeding that coal straight into Diligent Spirit there?
Sure. This blue streaked coal serves as fuel for various dwarven contraptions. Cobalt coal.
Poured the lot in then, have you? Thank you, dear. You're as kind as our Ronit. When he heard how my back was giving me trouble, that fine young lad went and hammered together my oddly named helper here. Hardly a day goes by when he doesn't stop past to see it's working properly. He's a surly boy, but his heart's in the right place. It's just a pity he handles his failures with frustration. If he persevered with his greetings instead of lashing out, I'm sure he'd be capable of a lovely lolly-ho. Actually, I'm surprised he even asked you to bring me my fuel. I've never known him to do that before, not with anyone. I've a feeling you'll be the one to get through to him, lass, so, be patient, if you can. Thank you again for the delivery.
Okay. Back to run it.
You delivered the coal to Zamut, then. Wait.
Yep.
She didn't say anything strange about me, did she?
Definitely not.
Anyway, thanks for the help. Maybe you and I can be friends after all. Maybe, I said.
Kinda get a little bit of Tsundere vibes from him. Just a little bit.
So, this means we're friends now, right?
That it does. I guess.
That's good, then. It's just, I've never had a friend before. I'm not sure where to go from here. I was wondering, though. Why did my mother bring you to see me? Was it all her idea? Is that why you're being so nice to me? I guess even if that was true, you're no less of a good sort for agreeing to it. Heh. I know my mother worries about me being alone all the time. But I can't even talk to her without getting defensive. How can she expect me to get along with anyone else? You've met lots of folk on your travels, haven't you? If you've some tricks to help me talk to the other villagers, I'd like to hear 'em. You know, this might be the longest conversation I've had in a good while, must be because we're friends now, Heh.
The dwarf needs a good lolly-ho. You should work on your greetings. Let's go with that one.
In that case, I will need your help after all. I don't think I could stand to have anyone else watching over me. Ha. You do have one of the best lolly-hos I've seen, so with you guiding me maybe I've got a chance to improve. But I can't skip straight to greeting people, and spending time on my automata is what caused me problems in the first place. No, my only option now is monsters, preferably one what's shaped like a person. Come on, then. I'm off to find me a practice partner.
What? Why does he need to find a human-shaped monster? Also, why is he almost down at Amity? Found a Talus.
That twitchy lad there should do the trick. As long as I don't make myself a threat, he shouldn't have a reason to attack us. Hey. You there. Two legs. Look at me when I'm talking to why, wait, that's not right. The greeting. Gotta practice the greeting. Lolly. Lolly ugh, my hands are shaken. Lolly, hey. You big lump of useless golem garbage. Oops. I didn't mean it. I take back that garbage bit. Why arg. Arg. This was not part of the play on.
Oh. So we need to go and save him. Lolly ho, yep. That is the greeting of the goblin, or not goblins, dwarfs. Okay. Go. Dwarves.
I'm sorry, I made a mess of things. Grr. Damn it all to the deepest mineshaft. Why? Why can't I do it? I'm a bloody dwarf, ain't I? Ronid has fled in his frustration. Perhaps he needs a friend to rally his spirits.
Okay. So go and rally his spirits. Have I done the healer role quest yet? Nope, haven't done that one yet. But I'm guessing you basically learn why you're referring to them as dwarves, like quotation marks around them.
I'll never be a proper dwarf.
Will I do them soon? Maybe? Don't really know though, because I did do I've already done the tank one, but I did it off stream because I'm thinking there is like, you are able to after all just do the role quest in, like through the New Game Plus feature. I've done the like tank role quest for Shadowbringers. Did the magical ranged one on stream, and I haven't done anything with healer yet. But I am planning on doing them, or doing it at some point, I just don't know when. Maybe I could do that Thursday, since I don't really have anything planned for that day.
You came after me. You really are a kind soul, ain't you? And I'm still kind of a prickly sort. But I do dream of helping the other villagers with my smithing skills, just like the Great Wutz did. It's just that I've spent my whole life tinkering with automata instead of learning how to speak to folk. I've always been awkward. And that got worse when I realized people were avoiding me. It made me angry, made me throw up walls and shut others out. Then it wasn't long before no one would come anywhere near me. Soon you'll have to leave too, and then I'll be all alone again.
You're overthinking the greeting, just put your heart into it. There are people out there willing to give you a chance. Let's go with this one.
You're still trying to help me? I suppose I could give it another try. A clumsy lollyho might be better and no lollyho at all. Right? My mind's made up. I can do this. Be the dwarf I need to be. You'll be there with me though, right?
Sure. Learning to lolly-ho and we get the emote lolly-ho. Hell yeah.
I'm ready. Are you ready? I'm going back into that village to give them my best lolly-ho. Why you are coming with me, ain't you? Good. I'll start with one of the friendlier folks. Here we go.
Okay, speak with the Runnet. Is see him do a lolly-ho.
L.A. Lolly. Lolly. H-R-N-G-H.
Gah. Heaving hobgoblins, Ronnet. Are you mad at me or something?
Can't give up yet. Maybe someone quieter. Gently, now.
Okay. There we go.
Lolly. Lollily. Ugh. Eek. I gave it back, Ronnet, I swear. I don't have your hammer. My nerves keep getting the best of me. Maybe I should just stick to automata. No. I can do this. I'll not let you down after all you've done for me.
Okay. It's over this way. What? Okay, so don't mess up your lolly-hos. Yep.
Hello, young Ronnet. Was there something you needed?
L.A. Lolly. Lolly. Ugh.
You can do it, Ronnet. Be the dwarf you want to be.
L.A. Lolly-ho. Lolly-ho.
Did it.
Lolly-ho. Now that's what I call a greeting, dear. Well done. I've never heard a lolly-ho like that before, Ronnet. You damn near knocked me off my feet.
I almost thought you were going to strike old Zamat there.
How ridiculous. Our Ronnet would never do such a thing. He's a bit excitable, I'll grant you, but those angry words don't speak for his sweetheart. Who do you think dreamed up and built my helpful automaton here? It's even strong enough to carry me should I need it. Now, Ronnet, you've shown what you can do. How about you give a nice greeting to these good folk as well?
Lolly-ho.
It's doing it.
Lolly-ho, Ronnet. I fear I may be misjudged you.
Lolly-ho. Ah, a good greeting is so reassuring. And here I thought you didn't like me.
Nor me. If you've the time, I'd like to see the plans for that helper you built. An automaton strong enough to carry a full-grown dwarf, incredible.
Of course I don't dislike any of you. And I'd be glad to share how I built my inventions. That's a promise, then. We'll be seeing you, Ronnet. I can't believe it.
Good for you, dear. I think a little gratitude towards your friend here might be in order, Now, if you'll excuse me, this old lady has things to do and nary enough time to do them in.
Did you see that? I greeted people, properly. And they greeted me back. Folk want to talk to me for the first time in my life, and it's all thanks to you. Oh. You have to come and meet my mother again, so I can introduce her to my friend.
Aw. It's a cute story. Okay. Need to go and talk to Fiat. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Oh, hello, you two. Lolly ho.
Lolly ho.
Well, polish my helm and shine my horns. Ronit, you've learned to give a proper greeting.
Heh, nothing to it. I had a little help from a friend, though.
Well, what did I tell you, I knew you'd be a good influence on my Ronit. You've done for him what his own mother couldn't, and for that I'm deeply thankful. I never thought I'd see the day.
It's the oddest thing. After I'd managed the first lollyho, the next one came easier, and now I never want to stop. Well, I'm guessing you've got places to be. Just be sure to come back and visit sometime. And not that I'll be lonely or anything. See you soon, Shauna.
The emote.
You have learned the emote lollyho.
Oh yeah. I just need to put that on my hotbar somewhere. It's basically on this one. I probably need to replace something with the lollyho. Replace one of these with a greeting one. Okay, run it to the rescue. That should be the one that unlocks the dwarves' stuff, I think. No. I need to do this one and then I can get the quest that basically unlocks the dwarves.
Shauna. I was hoping you'd come back to see me. Heh, lollyho. After you left, I said a lollyho to every soul I could find, and now the whole village has started talking to me. A couple of the lads are even helping me to invent some new automata. I'm well on my way to becoming the most famous smithy in Tamra. But if I'm to be a truly legendary blacksmith, there's just one little thing I'm missing. A good drop of grog. It ain't that Tamra's brews are bad, but if I could get my hands on an extra fine fermented beverage, then I reckon my work would really take off.
And that leads us back to right here. They're trying to make some beer. Their own beer.
So, any idea where I might find a barrel of the good stuff? Right, ale? And this drink once put their village on the map. Well, then, I'd best take a trip down the cliff and have a chat with their leader. Why you coming with me, ain't you?
Sure thing, buddy. Okay, down to right. Just don't get drunk. I mean, he's supposed to be a dwarf, and I mean, in most media they are usually able to hold their alcohol pretty well.
A dwarf visitor? How unusual.
Feels like everyone's staring at me. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea. Well, look who it is.
Shauna. How wonderful to see you again.
Since last you were here, I have been officially appointed as mayor of Wright. As such, my days have grown busy with visits to neighboring settlements to reacquaint myself with the region's politics. My old bones protest at the exercise, to say naught of the strain upon my rusty faculties.
Speaking of visits, I see you've arrived with a companion?
I'm Ronit, of Tamra village. Don't think just because I'm smaller and you that. I mean. Lolly-ho.
Lolly-ho? Oh. I've heard of this. It's a traditional dwarven greeting, is it not?
I see. Well, let us not ignore the customs of our guest. Ahem. Lolly-ho.
Lolly-ho.
Not the fact that every time someone meets a dwarf, it's just like, okay, and lolly-ho.
Hat. Ha, not bad for first-timers. Not bad at all. Everyone's happy when their lolly-ho gets a lolly-ho. Now, let's see a barrel of your tastiest grog. I beg your pardon?
I'm not sure I follow.
Well, I'm afraid we're still struggling to improve the fertility of the land itself. As yet, we're unable to grow barley of sufficient quantity and quality to brew the ale for which we were once famous.
It's a matter of trial and error at this point. I am sorry to disappoint you.
Here now, what's with the sour faces? You just need something to liven up the soil, am I right? You've some experience with cultivating fields, Master Ronit? Heh, not exactly, but I think I might be able to help all the same. Come on, Shauna. We need to make a quick trip back to Tamra.
Okay.
Can he truly help us feed our fields? It sounds too good to be true.
I've no idea what Master Ronit's plans might be, but with you involved, we can at least rest easy that naught bad will come of them.
Wait. Tamra. Okay, and run it.
About time you showed up. See, I remembered something Zama told me once. Zamut? Can you tell me that story about Amity again? The bit about the trading goods? The villagers in Wright are having trouble growing crops in their scratchy fields, and I wanted to do something to help.
You're thinking of the rock phosphate we used to trade to Yulmarie?
Rock, phosphate. And that's the fertilizer, is it?
Crushed into small bits, you can spread it over a field to enrich the soil. But the old seam was mined out years ago, and I've not heard if we've come across another.
That sounds perfect, you know, aside from there not being any left. No one kept a stockpile, then.
Well, they might still have a chunk or two over in Amity. That was where the old trading house used to stand, neutral ground and all.
Right. To Amity I go. I suppose you'd best come along.
Okay.
That boy's come a long way in a short time, and I've a good idea why. Our Ronit's lucky to have a friend like you.
Okay, off to Amity then. That was the ice in my water bottle that just fell over. That sort of loud noise, I guess.
Right. L.A. Lolly-ho. Well now, if it isn't one of the Tholes, come to visit. And a fine lolly-ho to you, sir. I've come looking for rock phosphate. I just need a handful, assuming you've got any. The yellowish fertilizer stuff? I reckon we had some stashed away someplace. Might be as you'll find a hunk of it hiding in one of the old trading crates. Go ahead and take a handful, if that's all you want. I can just have it? That's very kind of you. Phew. I'm glad you were here, still a bit nervous greeting outsiders. Anyway, let's get to cracking open these crates. Keep an eye out for anything yellow and lumpy.
Okay. Let's see. The trading crate.
You find a small chunk of yellow-hued stone. It appears to match the description of rock phosphate.
Okay.
Any luck on your end?
I found rock phosphate is yellow-hued mineral that can be crushed and spread on a field as an effective fertilizer.
Just look at that color, this has to be the stuff. Now I've got a good-sized sample, I can build an automaton to sniff out a new seam of phosphate. This'll be one of my best inventions yet. While I'm throwing that together,
smart.
I need you to head back to Wright and tell those folk to meet me on the west side of Tamra. I'll make sure everything's assembled and ready before you arrive.
Okay.
A mineral fertilizer, you say? The name does sound vaguely familiar.
We've experimented with all manner of compost over the years, but I'm willing to try anything to rejuvenate our fields. I wonder if another seam of this precious rock can still be found.
We can but put our faith in Master Ronnet. Come, let us not be late for our meeting.
Okay, and that's what finishes the quest. Then we just need to do the next one that unlocks, which will unlock the dwarf quest for us. So it is right over here.
Oh good, I just finished testing my new model. Behold the mineral find and marvel that is the Orehound Ogre. Such a colorful name. And this contraption is meant to sniff out phosphate for us, is it? Heh, you just watch and see. Sensors activated.
Is that what I think it is?
Astounding. You invented a servant to not only track down rock phosphate, but also carve it out and cart it back. How did you accomplish such a feat?
That's actually pretty well done to make such a advanced machine.
Heh. You learn a thing or two when you aim to be the best damn blacksmith this village ever saw. I thought that trundling bucket of bolts would lead me to you, young Ronnet. The eldermost elder. Ah, you must be Chief Zaymot. I am Siluk, Mayor of Wright. Master Ronnet here was just. No need to explain, Zaymot already told me everything. It seems you've been working your beard thin for Wright's folk and their harvestin' woes, eh? A fine example of thole diligence, my boy.
Master Ronit, we are truly grateful for the lengths to which you have gone to assist us in our hour of need.
Now hold on a moment. I'm only doing this so's I can get some fine ale to drink. Ale. You're too young to drink, you snot-nosed stripling. What's wrong with admitting you was just trying to help?
Oh my god, he's too young.
Chief Zaymod. You can't say it straight out like that. I'm building an image here.
He's way younger than I thought he was.
Ha ha ha. Ga ha ha ha. With your permission, Chief Zaymot, we should like to take this rock phosphate back to our village. You have our promise that we shall put it to good purpose, and one day return the favor with our best barrel of right ale. That's a deal I can get behind. I think it's high time we Tholes reopen trade with our neighbors. Heh. Just leave the delivery to me. But first I need to speak with my friends and build a few more orehounds.
Did you hear that, sir? Instead of Talos, we shall soon have a line of automata rolling into the village.
Once more have you shown us the path forward. And that is not the only thing I must thank you for. I don't think I've enjoyed such a heartfelt laugh in many a moon.
I bless the day you came into our lives and changed our fate for the better. This kindness will not be forgotten.
And I could say much the same. I'd still be alone with my automata if you hadn't come along when you did. All them folk who gave me wary frowns now greet me with a smile. Well, I'd best be headed off. If I'm to be known as Master Ronit, the greatest blacksmith who ever lived, then I've still got plenty of work to do. I'll be seeing you, Shauna.
Okay. Which one should I pick? I wonder. I already got some of these, might as well grab that. Okay, then we just need to grab that last quest. Wherever that is. There it is, it's dwarfing time. And I believe it needs to be a crafter in order to do that, because the dwarf quests are basically crafting related. Which is honestly not a bad thing. I just don't know how much XP I actually am gonna get from these, but I hope it's a lot from the dailies. That means I could maybe level up my crafters a bit faster than either doing firmament stuff, doing custom deliveries, or just crafting a shit ton of items. I guess there's also just collectible deliveries, but that is kind of slow in my opinion. You need to like get a bunch of materials, craft them into something, and then you might not even get a whole lot of XP compared to the amount of time to spend on it. Anyway, it's dwarfing time.
Bugger my beard. You scared the life out of me. Phew. For a moment, I thought you were a hobgoblin. Seems being so far from Tomra has got me jumping at shadows. Hold on. I know you. You're the one who was helping Ronit. As for me, the name's Regit. I forgot to introduce myself before, but I was there when that off little lad gave his first proper lolly-ho. What? You don't remember me?
Oh, I remember
In all
you.
fairness, the fact you're covered from head to toe in identical outfits does make it a little difficult to tell one dwarf from the next.
Well, they have their ways and we have ours. Anyway, it's wonderful to see you again, Shauna. Regit was just asking us for directions.
I'd almost forgotten about that. Actually, I was on my way to, what was it called? Crystal Town. No, that's not it. Something to do with crystals. God. Why can't I remember the sodding name?
Mysterium?
You see, Ronit is nowhere to be found. He did leave a note behind in Tamra, though.
Yes. The letter. I have it right here. To whoever might be concerned, I am off to the Crystarium to find my first and best friend, Shauna. If the chief asks where I've gone, just make something up. The automata will take care of my work, so he should have no reason to complain. Oh, and don't forget to feed them while I'm away. With coal, that is. By.
That fucking picture.
That's what it says, anyway. That boy may have mastered the fine art of a good, old-fashioned lolly-ho, but that won't get him very far in the Crystaria, or whatever it's called. Yes, and even if the opening pleasantries go as planned, it's what comes after that matters most. He'd be the first to admit that polite conversation isn't exactly his forte.
Since he went there looking for Shauna, maybe the two of you could go and find him before he gets into, or causes, any trouble.
That reminds me, will Ronit being away lead to any difficulties in the rock phosphate for grog arrangement between our villages?
The Orehound ogre he built seems to be going about its work as normal, even without him here to operate it, so I think we'll be fine for the time being.
Alright, that settles it. We're off to find Ronit. Although, I should probably point out that this is actually the first time I've gone more than a mall or so outside of Tamra. I'm counting on you, so please try to keep the mishaps and misadventure to a bare minimum. Not that I'm scared, mind you. Ho ho, not one bit. Ahem. Without any further ado, let's make haste for the Christophorium.
And we wish you both a safe journey to the Crystarium. Hee hee.
Has no idea how to pronounce the name. The Crystarium. Okay. And he actually made his way to the Crystarium. Huh. So, Emerald launch. And talk to Bridget? That's his name again? I'm forgetting. Bridget.
I've never seen so many people in one place. Unfortunately, not one of them is our errant engineer. Where could he be? I wouldn't be surprised if he's whimpering in some corner, wishing he'd never come here. With all these big folk walking about, he's probably scared one of them'll trip over him. Well, slap my arse and call me a fuka. You're the second honest-to-God's dwarf I've seen tonight? Really? So, where was the first? Over at the mean, playing hide-and-seek by the looks of it. Or maybe he was just lost. That's him, it's got to be. Come on, Shauna, let's go and nab him before he runs off again.
Okay. And I wouldn't be surprised if Ronit has disappeared again.
So, this is the mean, from the name, I thought it'd be full of scowling faces, but they all seem quite friendly. Anyway, where'd Ronit get to? Ha! Found him.
And where was he? Ah, there.
So many of them. So sodden tall. I wish Shauna were here.
Oh.
Shauna detected. Shauna.
Of course he ends up getting fucking knocked over.
Oi. Watch it, short arse.
Shut the fuck up, Walton. Be nice.
So, when you heard that Shauna is staying in the Crystarium, you came here looking for her. That's quite the journey for one so young.
Getting here was easy. Starting conversations what's hard. Every time I try giving someone a good, old-fashioned lolly-ho, they look at me like I'm daft or something. Never mind all that, you found Shauna in the end. Or she found you, more like. Come to think of it, why were you looking for her in the first place? It's simple, really. I always thought Shauna was just a, I dunno, helpful traveler, or some such, but the chief tells me she's a hero who risked life and limb to save the world. When I heard that, I thought that it's only right that I do the same. Trouble is, I'm not sure where to start. But I'm not going back to Tamra until I find a way to prove myself your equal. And while I'm not much of a fighter, there are other ways I can help those in need. Because unlike the rest of my village, who can't think beyond their next pint of ale, I've got big dreams. Ambitions. Now, there's nothing wrong with a well-earned drink or 10 after a hard day's work, but that's besides the point. How can you hope to compete with someone like Shauna?
There's nothing wrong with a well-earned drink or 10. That's a bit of a jump in amounts. Like a drink or 2 would sound okay. Drink or 3 maybe? But like 10, that's a bit of a jump. Or 20 or 50. That is darn. I think that might be a bit too much, even for the dwarves, considering their size. Drinking all night. That might be when they do like parties of some sort. But I'm just thinking, they might be dwarves, but considering their size, there has to be a limit to the amount that they can drink.
You might be known as the greatest warrior the world's ever seen. But there's one thing I can do better than you, crafting.
Okay. Like music? They just pass out and then keep drinking while passed out. Probably. I'm a crafter too, you fluffy bearded nincompoop. Actually, I've been known to dabble in artistry myself. Just go with that. Don't need to be mean.
What? You must be joking.
Why, Shauna has been putting her skills as a leather worker to help around the mean for some time now.
Not quite. I haven't really done anything with the mean other than unlocking that stick, unlocking like the quests and deliveries. But sure, let's go with that.
Trust me to make friends with one of those annoying people who's good at everything. I suppose there's no need to make it into a competition, though. Why don't we, what's the word, cooperate? There might be someone around here who needs our help. How about you, miss? Got anything that needs mending? Or maybe one of my patented automata can carry out a few menial tasks.
Where to begin? We did receive a report a few days ago of a caravan of merchants being attacked by roving sin eaters, not far from Sullen. While they were able to escape without any casualties, they had no choice but to abandon almost all of the produce they were transporting. I fear it's only a matter of time until it happens again. Is there anything you can do?
Sin eaters. Bugger that. This fetch-o-matic mechatoad might come in handy. A few extra spiky bits should do the trick. On second thought, it might take more than that. I'll need somewhere to use as a workshop to carry out some modifications.
You mean to say you build these yourselves? It certainly is imposing. In a way only a three-wheeled mechanical frog can be.
Now there's a fine compliment if ever I heard one. I think. This example of dwarven engineering was lovingly crafted by young Ronit, here. He's a descendant of the great blacksmith Watts, and well on his way to becoming the pride of Tamra in his own right.
Yes, judging by the quality of his work, I can see why. In fact, I have a proposal. If you're willing to lend us your expertise, we can arrange space for you to use as a workshop.
Posing three-wheeled frog, yep. It is quite menacing.
Really?
It's 3 wheels.
When I say space, that's essentially all there is. We'd planned to build a storehouse near the Ostal Imperative, but we had to divert our resources elsewhere, and it was never completed. It seems to me you'd put it to good use. After all, a friend of Shauna's is a friend of ours.
That's very generous of you, miss. I'll turn that place into a first-class workshop in 2 shakes of a newborn's beard.
Excellent. I'll inform those at the Imperative, so they aren't too surprised when automata start appearing out of the blue. I suggest you make yourselves known to Lorithia, who owns the land. She's a regular at the Clear Melt Springs, so try there first.
Sounds like some meetin' and greetin' is in order. I reckon it'll go a lot smoother if you're there to cover for me in the likely event I put my foot in it somehow. I also have no bloody idea how to get there. So, lead the way.
She'll go figure out a later dinner or something. Gonna be lurking. Okay. Okay, so where is it we're supposed to be going? I didn't quite get that. So wait, is this gonna be where we are doing the quests? I guess that's where the dailies are gonna be. Don't know why, but I kind of thought that maybe would have been over here at the Kamra, because there's like a village over here, so I thought maybe that was gonna be where it was. But I guess not. Oh, I actually didn't even notice that this was a small village here. Very nice, to be honest. Lightly boiled woman.
Nothing better than a long soak in the springs, and Clear Melt has the best for moms around. It's a shame I can't have the whole place to myself.
So, this is Clear Melt, eh? Funny name for a bunch of rocks and a couple of ponds, if you ask me. More importantly, where's that Lorothea person? You there? Old crone. I'm looking for Lorothea. You know where she is?
Maybe you shouldn't have used the old crone.
Call me an old crone again and I'll rip that silly beard off and shove it down your throat, you mouthy little gobshite. But if it's Lorothea you're after, you're looking at her. What do you want?
Ooh. Don't go around calling someone an old crone.
Catalyst sent you, did she? If she thinks you're alright, that's good enough for me. So, tell me, what are you planning to make in this workshop of yours? And don't go thinking you can impress me with a load of technical jargon. I was an engineer myself, you know.
I'm gonna modify this here automaton so that it can transport goods and keep them safe from sin eaters.
Ha. It won't be transporting much of anything with those stubby little arms, let alone fend off attackers. And even if it could store goods in its torso, by the time it's done windmilling into the bastards, all those wares will have been shaken to boogery. Good luck to the poor sods who have to sell that.
Yeah, but the windmilling's the best part. Ronit, the old woman has a point, you know.
Less of the old, or I'll use that beard of yours to scrub the baths, with the rest of you still attached.
So, we need a way to carry as much as possible while striking the sin eaters from a distance. That's it? Everyone, gather round.
Incoming. Ooh.
Wicked white. It's so old, the ink's probably the only thing holding it together.
Yo, that's a fucking tank. Holy shit. I love the fact that there's like something just getting grabbed with the arms up there. That looks dope as hell.
The design's from the days before the flood, the brainchild of the great Wutz himself. It's a self-propelled transportation device, armed to the teeth. I call it the Roland Tankard. Its thick iron shell keeps the cargo inside safe and sound, while the cannon blasts any attackers to smithereens. What an amazing coincidence that you've had the perfect solution in your pocket this whole time. Even before you knew what the problem was. This ain't no coincidence. Ever since I found a bunch of blueprints in a tightly locked safe back when I was little, I've taken them with me wherever I go. Never know when Wutz's ideas might come in handy. Course, I'm not just gonna make one of these, oh no. I'll make a whole bunch of them, and send them all over Norvrand. Soon everyone'll see how great Dwarven engineering really is.
But this only shows how it should look from the outside, with no mention of the inner workings. Are you sure you can pull this off?
I'd bet my beard on it. And to be honest, Dwarven technology's come a long way since Wutz's time. He probably didn't design the insides because there was no way to actually make something like this back then. Luckily, we've got my skills to bring Wutz's ideas to life. I'll have a prototype up and running in no time. Listen, Ronit. You're not the only one who knows how to swing a hammer around here. If we combine our efforts, it'll be ready even sooner. Cheers, mate. Appreciate it.
I must say, I'd be interested to see how this all turns out. I'll let you use my land, as long as you don't turn it into a smoldering crater.
You won't regret this. But if we're to build a workshop, we'll need a few more pairs of hands. I'll head back to Tamra and round up some volunteers.
Hold it right there. If this place is going to be overrun with dwarves, at least give me some way to tell you apart. How am I meant to know who's who if you all dress like that?
Not sure if you realize this, madam, but we dwarves don't exactly have extensive wardrobes. But, in the interests of a smooth-running operation, I'll ask my friend Karut if there's anything we can do. PFF. So much for helpin'. More like bugger off back to Tamra and leave poor Roned to do everything by himself. Well, you're still here, so you can give me a hand instead. Let's go and take a look at this plot of land, shall we?
Okay. So, we need to head down there? Is that gonna be where we do the dailies then? Ah, yep, looks like it. It is also a little bit better because then it's not as far. Here's the Aetherite.
Welcome to the workshop. Or workshop to be, I suppose I should call it. Either way, this is where What's-His vision will become reality. Although, I have to admit, it's not gonna be as easy as I've made out. Having you here does make the task seem less daunting, though. And even though I was a bit miffed at first to hear you're into crafting as well, stealing my thunder and all that, I'm glad we've got something in common. If you can lend a hand between whatever it is the Warrior of Darkness does the rest of the time, it'd mean the world to me. So, what do you say, Shauna? Will you help me?
No, you throw yourself into this, build your own damn tanks. What the world needs now is tanks, sweet tanks. Of course I help.
Phew. I was worried you was gonna say no for a moment there. Now, let's make some tanks. But before that, there are a few things we need to get in order. We won't get much work done without something at least resembling a workshop. If you're in the mood for helping, maybe you could rustle me up some basic supplies? I've got a list of everything I need. Anyone with even a passing interest in handicrafts should be able to manage it, so I'm sure you'll be fine. As another example of my incredible foresight, I've already had the Fetchomatic Mechatoad collect a load of random, potentially very useful, materials on the way over. This should be enough. If you somehow manage to bugger it up, don't worry. We've got plenty more. I'll be taking care of the rest of the preparations, so come and see me when you're done.
Okay. Synthesize a crate of workshop supplies. That should be under here. Dwarf quests. That one. Oh yeah, I don't need to use train dive. Forgot about that. Forgot about the fact that it does need to be a high quality item.
Let's see what you brought me, then.
Okay, contains vital pieces of the puzzle that is Ronet's workshop. Fortunately, you have no but privy to the details surrounding their assembly. Though rather than being some closely guarded secret, it is largely due to the fact that Ronet is hopeless when it comes to adequately explaining anything. Fair enough.
I gotta say, I wasn't expecting it to be quite this good. Not showing off, are you? Me and the Mechatoad'll take care of the rest, so you go and put your feet up for a bit. Don't want you taking all the credit, now.
Okay. Of course, they're different looking outfits now. Most of them.
There you are. Welcome to What's-His Anvil.
So Ronald is now in a blue-colored outfit and has a brown, I guess? Brown, reddish beard.
The two of you did all this? I can't believe it.
And Bridget is in a yellow outfit. Got in the same one and one in the orange.
Is that you, Ronit? Why, I hardly recognized you. Have you done something with your beard?
And that's Carrots.
Well spotted, Karut. According to the legends, Watts had a brown beard and white horns. Seeing as I'm his descendant, I thought I'd follow suit.
Okay.
Now that we've got a proper workshop, we can get started on making a prototype of the Roland tankard. To tell the truth, I'm not used to having this sort of pressure. Still, I've got you and the others here to do the heavy lift, essential tasks, so I'm sure everything will go exactly as planned. Speaking of essential tasks, I'll be handling the supply of the various parts and whatnot, so come and see me when you're ready to show us those skills of yours. Ronit and his fellow dwarves have thrown themselves wholeheartedly into their newest enterprise, namely, to provide trundling death machines for the needy.
That's a weird way of putting it. Oh. The strike quest unlocked. At Watts'
You have a
hammer.
cheap friendly reputation with Watts' anvil.
Or Watts' anvil.
Dwarf Beast Tribe quests are now available from Regit at Watts' anvil. Furthermore, you may now purchase wares from Mizud.
Okay. So, quest over there. Mizut here. With Slither Sand and Materia for now. So can't buy any of it yet. Just run it, and there's just a pile of stuff here with the schematic. Can't jump onto that. There's the Mega Toad, Cheegat, the Mender. But to be honest, the place looks nice. Still kind of wondering about all the like scrap here in the middle. Guess it might just be supplies or something. Some dwarves up here just mining. Nice. Well, I guess I now have a new thing that I can get started on, which is doing the dwarf dailies. I'm wondering, do I? Yep, I have enough to do days for today. Nice. And I think, if I'm not wrong, I should be able to actually just do the calculations really quick on my phone. Let's see here. 510 divided by 60. That is 8.5. Divided by 3 is 2.8. So I can basically get it done in like essentially 3 days, where I just do like what, 2 dailies, something. So possibly on Friday I should be able to do the first of their real quests. Which might also be where I can do the Kitari quest, now that I think about it. And just check here, although wait. How many was it? They had 8, so that means... Yeah, that adds up. So I can do the right amount of dailies. Day for both of them, so let's see the Kitario. I have... 420. Nice. Rep and left that I need to get. I just need to do 7 dailies, which means kind of 2 days and 1 day, or 2 days and 1 daily. That means that Friday I'll also be able to do their quest. So I guess the plan for now is Itari, I need to get up to Sworn, and then the plan is basically just to get Focus Primarily in Dwarves. Pixies and Kitari can basically be like put in the background, so if I end up having a day where I can do the Dwarves, and I might not have enough, like, basically just, my main focus is just gonna be Dwarves leveling up, or ranking up, once the Kitari is at rank 7, because Pixies and Kitari are gonna take a while. How long was it again? Let's see, 1,630, 60 divided by 3, around 9.6 days. So that means, when is that gonna be that I can potentially finish that one up? Let's see here. That means Friday next week. I should be able to basically finish that up. But I might not be able to do a stream Friday next week. I still don't fully know. I might be like doing something with some of my friends, but we haven't fully figured it out yet. So I'm gonna have to like try and contact them throughout this week and figure out like, are we doing something that Friday or not? Otherwise, it'll just be, I guess, Saturday that we'll finish up completely the Pixies. Even though I thought I would have done that today, but oh well. Okay, so I got like 3 minutes left of the stream, so we are not really gonna be able to do anything else. So I guess I'll just do this and switch over here, and we'll try and see if I can find someone to raid. So let's see here. Who could I raid? Oh. I guess we could go with you. Perhaps how long have you been streaming for though? That's what I'm wondering. Hour and 50. How long do you usually stream for again? Around 4 hours. Okay. Who are you then? So I am thinking that we are gonna go ahead and raid. What do you actually usually get called? I'm unsure about that now. I guess either Rat or Rot. Yeah, Yeah, I'm not fully sure about that. It's just Rat, Grot. I guess it doesn't really matter which one it is, because it's kind of the same, depending on like their Twitter and Twitch, I guess. But yeah, Grat is basically another Danish VTuber, and he is currently playing some Fallout New Vegas, and it's apparently his first playthrough. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Fallout New Vegas. It is probably what I would say is my favorite Fallout game in terms of like the setting slash just in generally the story, because in my opinion Fallout 3 is kind of and Fallout 4 is, in terms of gameplay, like for combat at least, it's good. It's better than New Vegas, because New Vegas and Fallout 3 basically just run like ass when it comes to combat for a lot of the game. At least in terms of just shooting. Whereas Fallout 4 is pretty good at that. But, yeah, let's just say that I personally think that Fallout 4 has some absolutely terrible story in terms of like how they try to encourage you to basically follow the main story. Whereas New Vegas is just like, yeah, you got shot in the head. You're a courier. You can basically choose whatever the fuck you want to do and however you want to play it. Instead of being like, oh yeah, you're a dad or mom and you want to find your son that we haven't really been introduced to and have no like proper connection with. So yeah. Anyway, I am gonna go ahead and end the stream now then, and go ahead and raid Rat. And in terms of next stream, I don't exactly know when that's gonna be. Maybe there's been some talk in like a Danish VTuber Discord I'm in about maybe doing a Garlic Phone collab tomorrow. I don't know if that's still happening. I don't know if I would even be streaming that. Technically, I was also part of a collab yesterday in Stardew Valley. Didn't stream that, maybe because I just didn't feel like streaming, being completely honest, that day. Yeah, there might be a collab tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be streaming or not. If I don't stream, I'll still just try and like announce on Twitter that, hey, I'm part of this thing, but I'm not streaming. And apart from that, I am pretty sure that the next stream, guaranteed one at least, is going to be on Thursday, where we're going to do something in Final Fantasy. I don't know what it's going to be yet. Now that I actually think about it, I might actually be able to do some of those tribal stuff that I was talking about, like the dwarves and the Qatari. Might actually be able to finish that up Thursday. I don't know yet. But yeah, well, I'll either be doing that Thursday, or I'll try and see if I can maybe do the healer role quest, since Ryoko seems to want me to do that, because apparently you'll get a reveal about the dwarves that you don't get otherwise. So I'm interested about that. Plus it'll also just be another gold quest that I've done. So yeah. Anyway, I guess this will just be it for the stream, so I'll go ahead and rate Grat Grot 10 or Grat underscore Grot Grat underscore Grot 10 underscore Berg. Yeah, I'm just gonna call him Grat or Grot. I guess it doesn't really matter which one you use, but gonna go ahead and raid him. So, yeah, I guess I'll see you guys around next time. So, till next time, guys, I'll see ya.